Yes. Okay, guys, we're up and running, I think, with this recording. So we're starting at line 224. I think we covered these the other day, but I didn't put it on a video for YouTube, so I'm going to do that right now. So right after they have gone into the cave and they see everything that's there, Odysseus says the following. Remember, he's talking to the Phaeacians at this point, but he's in full first person mode. So he says this emme, right? Me, and here's your direct object, right, in red, right? Me, and you can see the me part in here. What happened first and foremost with the me? Hetaroi, so here's your subject, right? The companions, what did they do? They lissonta, there's an omicron missing because of the epsilon, right? My companions, they begged me, and that's the meh that you had here. So they begged me with words. So pink, as you know, is dative. Pink is dative. They begged me with words, and then this adverb, first and foremost, that they should what? Number one, all right, and this is an accusative going kind of an indirect statement. So accusative one, that they, menus, taking hold of the cheese, right, turon, taking hold of some cheese, that they, infinitive, that they go back to the ship. So this pollen is just the word for back. But then, what else are they doing? So that basically the accusative and infinitive here are what they're asking for. So first of all, they asked me, like basically, if they could grab the cheese and go back. And here's another one. So accusative number two, and you know these are participles because they look like verbs, but they have noun endings. So also that they ex elasontas, that they drive out from the pens, right? And what are they driving away or driving out? They're driving the sheep and goats, and they're driving them to the epinea domain. They're driving it to the swift ships. And then having done that, then they wanted to epiplane. They wanted to sail back on the Palmuron Hudor, to sail back on the salty sea. But what happened then? But I, ego, you notice Odysseus has this nice ego because he likes to use that pronoun, right? I, pithomane, I obeyed them. But did he obey them? Ooh, not. I obeyed them, and I did not obey. And then this is, I think, one of the best parentheticals ever. And it would have gone much better, right? The on, the force of this on is always the woulda, shoulda, coulda. This is a word for better. This is much. And an is just ain. So it would have been much better. But I didn't obey them. Why not? Okay, and so now we have a purple clause, right? Why not? So that, here's the offer, so that, first of all, I might idoi me, that I might see him, right? So this idoi me, that oimi is optative, and this id stem is from orao. Hey, Pat, can you close the door? This is it's totally going to be on the recording. Pat, can you close the door? So that I might see Alton, right? Him. And whom are we referring to here? The Cyclops, right? And if, so two optatives here, and if he might, This is from the verb that you know, to give, didomi, right? And if he might give, pink is dative, moi. If he might give to me, xenia, so that's guest gifts. And if I have this alpha here, you know that's neuter and plural and accusative. So he fully admits this, and I think, Pat, you might have brought this up. Like, the Phaeacians, do they ever realize that this guy's just not smart? Yeah, his men say, let's take some of the cheese. Let's drive the animals from their pens, and let's just sail away over the sea. I didn't do it. In retrospect, that would have actually been a better idea. But I didn't do it so I could get a look at him, and maybe he would give me a guest gift. This A here, the force of that A is like even less chance than what's happening in this purpose clause. So that I might see him, and if perchance he might give to me some guest gifts. And then the part down here is even better as a parenthetical. And he wasn't going to be. So he was going to, and then you need an infinitive, which is ss thigh. And if you're going to do something, you need a future infinitive. And that's what you have right here. Okay, so, but he wasn't going to be eratenos. He wasn't about to be friendly to my who? To my companions, Phanes, after he showed up. So having appeared, yeah, he wasn't going to be nice to us after he, almost like after he got home, he wasn't going to be nice. So let's go on to 231, which I started for you guys yesterday, I think, right? And then what did we do, right? Having lit a fire, we made a sacrifice. And also, we ourselves, right? This omen ending is the we, and autai just means selves. So whoever the selves is, you go along with the ending, right? So we ourselves, we ate, taking some of the cheese, right? And when you take something in Greek, you have to take it in the genitive case. I like to say taking some of the cheese, and then you really get that genitive there. So we had our meal, and then we waited for him. Okay, Pat, that's also not the best strategy, right? And we waited for him inside. And doing what? He menoi, sitting down. So sitting within the cave, we awaited him. Until Epeltha, he came, right, from his grazing. And what did he have? And he had with him, he carried Phera, right, Obrimon Akthos. So he carried a weight, and it was heavy, Obrimon. And it was a heavy weight of a dry hules, right? This is some kind of tree. So of dry hules. Why did he carry that? So that for him, it might be, so this is the optative of the verb to be, right? The verb ami. So that it might be there for him, poti dorpion, when he was having dinner. Okay, and then within the cave, and toss then on Troia, right? Within the cave, balone, having tossed this thing down, right? Having thrown this heavy load, Ephaken, he made a big noise, right? And this is the verb that you know. Tithemi, right? The future is theso, and then F-A, ka. So, and he made a big noise. And we, desantes, this is from your verb dado down here, being afraid, aorist, we apesumetha, we fled to the muhan, to the corner of the cave. And then he brought in the flocks, and then he milked them all. But then, what did he do? I just moved down to 240. But then he, this is bad news for them. Epi and Ephe, so this is again from Tifemi. He put the Megon Thureon, he put the big doorstone down, right? He put it, right, epi. So he almost like he put it at the door. Hoopsosa, there's an alpha here, and having done what? Having lifted it up. Aeros, right? Having lifted it up on high. So here's your participle, right, from aero. Having lifted up this big doorstone, hoopsosa, up on high, he put it down. This is not good news for them, right? And if you forgot, by the way, it was heavy, Obrimon. So what happens now? Everybody see the on in that line? Okay, so remember, when you see ons, you are thinking coulda, woulda, shoulda. And then we have our magic word, not. Okay, so you can imagine where this is going, right? Not, coulda, woulda. How many are we talking about? Duo, 2, kai means and, ikosi, in monograph means 20. So 2 and 20 hamaxai. So 22 wagons. O lisseon. So here's your optative ending. And remember, optatives are used for a less than 50% chance. Right? Less than 50% chance that this is going to happen. So wouldn't have done what? Okliseon. What would we say this in context? Wouldn't have 22 wagons wouldn't have, what do you guys think? Wouldn't have been able to carry it? Wouldn't have, budged it? Does that make sense? Yeah, so 22 wagons wouldn't have budged it. And it, Viton, refers to the stone. What kind of wagons are we talking about? Tetrakukloi. Wagons with 4 wheels. And Esthli, remember the kind of wagon that Nausicaa had, right? Which was described as S, right? S-less, right? Oh, 22 wagons with 4 wheels, and the really nice ones, they wouldn't have budged it op u de os, right? From the opening. All right. And then you have this Tosane elebaton petrane. So lofty, and Tossos is such great. So wouldn't have budged it from the door opening. So great was the rock, the lofty rock that he that he put at the door. Questions, problems, comments? Okay, I'm going to stop the recording here.